compensate you if your hotels go out of business. Bull. Exxon, and no claim has ever gone 20 years. We are still waiting to come over 20 years. We went bankrupt. We had, you know, we recovered ultimately, it's going to look like about 7 to 10% of what we lost. ExxonMobil went from a profit of $5 billion to over $40 billion. What is wrong with this picture? And it wasn't just the money, we also, the money created other problems. It created community dysfunction. If you have money problems, people act in ways they don't normally behave. So you got family problems, individual problems, community dysfunction. And this was documented in a shame poll, which is a type of totem pole card by one of our native carvers. And his personal story is told on the side. His story is not unique. Lost his fishing business in foreclosure and his family in a divorce. This is what was going on, rampant. All because of this oil spill. We will make you whole? I don't think so. So, as our case went on and on and on, you know, now it's over 20 years, people began to ask the question, what happened? What happened? How did corporations get this big where they can manipulate our political system, manipulate the legal system, manipulate the government? What happened? We thought the government was supposed to take care of us. So we're not playing on a level playing field, and that's what we're running into with our energy choices. When we say no compromise, good luck. The political playing field is rigged against you. This is why Al Gore said, entwine these two crises. So what we learned in Cordova was that the dysfunction in our community is actually a mirror for the rest of the nation. It's not just Cordova that's was dysfunctional. We managed to heal. That's the story that I tell in my second book on the spill, Not One Drop, how we, well here, I'm going to tell a little bit of it, okay? So it occurred to me that this is actually the democracy crisis, because if you have people who are polarized, as we found out in Cordova, how are you going to take collective action for a common cause? You can't. You're polarized, okay? So the idea here is to figure out why the polarization and heal. So we became a sociology study for, actually we're the longest running study on disaster trauma now in history. And corrosive community is, according to sociologists, 3 key things: untreated trauma, financial or emotional, loss of trust, where you don't trust the government to hold the industry accountable. The industry actually, you know, causes massive destruction and loss. So, and the legal system doesn't hold them accountable. So that's loss of trust. This is also loss of trust, is what happened October a year ago when Wall Street collapsed. Financial distress, right, rampant across America, and who trusted Wall Street to do the right thing? Who trusted the government to hold Wall Street accountable, right? The third thing is litigation. So what we came up with, and this is a really good exercise to hold in your back pocket, and I actually teach high school students, seniors and juniors this, and college students. This little exercise. So when you walk into a polarized situation, people are focused on what their differences are. So you got to flip them around to what they have in common. So you do this community unity, values, vision, action step, and you can quell a lot of the appearances of polarization. And I say that because people are really wired to connect with each other. They'd much rather be doing that. So holding people in tension is actually artificial, and if you can pop that, then you're on the road to you know, making collective action. So you get people together in groups of maybe 8 or so. Everybody has paper and pencil. 3 minutes to write the answers to the question, what do you like about your community? And that immediately shifts the frame to positive, right? Well, oh, what do we like? Not what are we arguing about? And when you do that, everybody writes for 3 minutes. You have a scribe, keep going around until everybody's value is on that list, and then you end up with prioritized values, because you start hearing the same thing again and again. So you end up, in a pretty short time, you have a prioritized set of values. Vision step. What would you like to be different in 20 years? Do the vision step. 3 minutes to write, you know, pool the data. You have a prioritized vision. What steps, the action, what steps would you take to make the changes? Again, 3 minutes to ride, pool the data. Pretty soon you've got everybody framed in the positive and working together. done this in logging communities. I've done it in Canada, where everybody's totally stressed out about, in BC, about the pipeline, the Enbridge pipeline from the Alberta tar sands. So what this does is it helps people find shared values, build a common vision, take collective action. And in doing that, it builds trust, which is about relationships and working together. So when I have done this exercise around the country, which I've done since 2005 in over 28 states, this is examples of what pops up. Affordable homes, living wages, retirement security, affordable health care, safe neighborhoods, quality family time, affordable healthy foods, clean water and air. Well, I was even doing this exercise last October and November in the heat of the meltdown and the presidential election, when arguably our nation is most polarized. And I know that I had, in some communities, Republicans and Democrats at the talks. And there's nothing anybody can argue with on that list. Okay? So this is pretty powerful. And actually, those types of values are divided into three kind of types, because it's not all about money. I mean, yes, homes and wages, but quality family time. I mean, I just did this exercise with 5th graders. I had them write what their values were. What do you like? Well, family, my dog, my mommy, my daddy, my friend. It's like, okay, so does your friend come with a little sticker on its head, like the grocery store, how much money your friend is worth? And the kids are all giggling, they got it. These are things that are valuable, but they don't have money attached, right? But, and water and trees the kids had, well, where's the sticker on the water? So the kids got it, and actually, I think I want to reverse these two. So I'm going to take this one step further and just show the vision of people across the country, and this is hilarious, actually. Basically, people say, and maybe not this neatly, but they want to pass a living planet onto their kids. Now, this is good news if people in America are saying this, okay? When I take this exercise into Native communities and do this, they call this the well-dubbed principle, okay? And believe it or not, people see self-reliant communities. The self-reliant community thing is about the loss of trust. Remember, I was doing this in 2005 and 6 under who as president. And so people were not trusting the government in terms of being a living planet onto the kids. So people wanted to pull back the power to the communities. This is also good news, because really what we're talking about in Energy Future is about regional, oops, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, people also, what I heard was clean, safe energy. I mean, I was in 4th and 5th grade classes that were teaching about biofuels and solar and tidal. I didn't even know these words when I was in 4th and 5th grade. High school students have biodiesel conversion classes. University students were working on LEEDs, architecting LEEDs buildings, hands-on doing it. So it was happening. There was a huge disconnect between the grassroots and what was coming down. I got really hopeful. I thought, okay, this is great. If we get a good president and everything could switch. Okay, wait in part 2 of the democracy crisis. Okay,